Here we go. Bismillah. Triple H, if that's you, I fixed it. I put it on unlisted, and that is wrong. I want it on public, but now I got it on public. So hopefully a few more people will come in and participate in the conversation. By the way, can I be heard, and can I be heard clearly? Because I do have you in my trucker headset, but I do want to. Wa alaikum hello. I remember you, Noah, but I don't remember you. I think I remember you, Noah. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, these roads are uh, like I'm in Kandahar, Afghanistan. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, just yeah, under the weather a little bit. I'm about at 65% right now, operational level. I was sick with acute bronchitis for a week, and still a little bit under the weather. But I said, you know what? I almost called out again for another week, and I said, you know what? Alaikum salam. I said to myself, you know what, Ali, just get up and take your medication and drive 2,600 miles in 4 days. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to be like, you know what? Look, do you want to make money and be sick, or be sick and make no money? Um, the former. You know what I mean? Well, I'm rolling through New Mexico right now. Started off in Oklahoma. Got a late start at 7 a.m. Drove through all the way from Oklahoma. I drove all the way through Texas. Now I'm in New Mexico, where they look like they appear to not be paying their taxes because these roads are like the teeth of Yajuj wa Majuj. Okay, so wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everybody, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Try to go live on TikTok twice. I get kicked off for 10 minutes a piece because I was doing a dangerous act. Okay. Do people say y'all in New Mexico? No, they do not. The y'all ends, if you're westbound on 40, the y'all ends right at the border of Texas and New Mexico. Okay. And it starts when you're going eastbound 40 and get into Texas, all the way through Texas, all the way through Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi. They don't say y'all in Missouri, but yeah. Oh wow, zero the hero. Hope you feel better. Hope you get back on. If you're from New Mexico and you live in New Mexico and you say y'all, other New Mexicans might think, is this guy trying to be Southern or something? Because, New Mexico is Southwest. It's not the South, like in Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. But if you are New Mexican and you come into Texas or Oklahoma and say y'all the wrong way, people will make fun of you. You can't come up and say, hey y'all. You, yeah, you, it won't go good for you. Yeah, that's what they do to me, man. That's what they do to me. They throttle my account. All good. We're gonna let's be patient, inshallah. Right. So yeah, the word y'all is territorial. I want to ask you a question though. I want to ask everybody a question. Why do people? This is a pet peeve of mine. Every single Ramadan for 32 years and 60 years, 80, however long Allah decides to keep me living. Why do Muslims feel the need to ask other Muslims if they are fasting? I'd like to know. There's different answers every year from every different people. Some people say it's small talk, which I don't understand. I've never asked a Muslim outside of the month of Ramadan, "Hey man, are you praying today? Oh, you are praying? Okay, great." I never asked them if they're enjoining the good, forbidding the evil. Um, I don't ask people if they're fasting because I believe that it's between them and Allah. You know what I mean? Yeah, know what I mean, man? I don't know if anybody even hears me. But you know what? We're going to stay out here. We're going to stay live. We're going to stay live. We're out in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, just about 26 miles outside of Santa Rosa. Ramadan Kareem. Mubarakan. Yes. You know what? I'm going to share this too. Wait a minute. There, it's all shared. What happened to you on TikTok? Um, be more specific, please. Do you mean why I got suspended twice within 45 minutes? Got my live taken down twice? Or is there another thing that you were wondering? Oh, yeah. Yeah. They booted me again for doing exactly what I'm doing right now on YouTube. YouTube has never suspended my live stream, ever, in over 10 years. Scratch that. 7 or 8 years. Nawaz Khan, but you know that I'm at a sheikh, or I hope you know that. By the way, guys, remember to go to www.strongholdofsultans.com. Yes, that is my website. I told you guys I was going to do it, and I did it. Yeah. Join the War Council. It's going to be available after Eid, inshallah ta'ala. 90-day program, right? Talking about masculinity as it pertains to the Quran and Sunnah, right? We have qualified people already there, including myself. We're going to go through this 90-day program focusing on the four quadrants of masculinity as per the Quran and Sunnah, right? Physical, spiritual, intellectual, financial. So we're going to get the brothers back on the path, on the War Council, and we are going to be the men that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to be. Sheikhs, don't answer my question. Oh, shoot, Nawaz. Let's see what you got, man, and I'll tell you if straight up. If I don't know, I'm gonna be like, bruh, sorry, I don't know, or I don't feel comfortable answering that question. But if you got a question that sheikhs don't even answer, it could be a little bit janky. And you know what? I live for janky questions. You know why? Because a lot of people, like sheikhs, community leaders, feel too squeamish to answer the questions. They're like, I can't talk about porn addictions. Why? It's a problem. I can't talk about premarital this and stuff that young boys do in the privacy of their own rooms. I'll answer that because I'd rather our kids, our children, young men, to be guided and to get answers from non-Islamic sources. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So your boy doesn't shy away from those questions. Many Muslims here are in haram relationships and pray Allah to unite them. They say they wake each other up at Fajr and Tajr. Oh, okay. Haram. Okay. Haram relationship, man and a woman. Haram relationship prior to marriage are in a relationship, and they say it works because they're waking each other up for Fajr and Tahajjud. I love it. But let me know if we're on the right track and continue answering or asking your question. I love it. I love it. Let's get into it. I got a boyfriend that wakes me up for Fajr. I sleep next to him and we do our thing. Wow. Okay. Continue, Noaz. What's the question? Hope the cough wasn't too loud. I am sick, guys. Hope I didn't bust anybody's eardrum. So, what is your question, Mr. Khan? Isn't the weather so nice? MashaAllah. Look at the blue sky of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. MashaAllah. How to explain to them? Huh. Well, obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not pick and choose. It's not in segments to which you like. So you're doing something that is a major sin, right? You're doing something that is a huge, major sin, and that is, what do you call it? All right, SB, take care. You're doing something that is a major sin while saying, well, at least we wake each other up for Fajr. So you're disobeying Allah and you're obeying Allah, and you're using your obedience of Allah, i.e., Fajr and Tahajjud, to justify your disobedience to Allah. Exactly. 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 Yeah, we're trying to get there, Sirna. We're trying to get there. We are trying to get there, inshallah. May Allah. But we have to be active. That's the thing, right? That's the thing. We have to be active. That's the way that I would explain it to him. You're using something good, i.e., Fajr and Tahajjud, to justify um, your major sin, right? All right, brother. You too. So here's the question: why do I have to engage in premarital sex with a woman or a woman with a man? Um, if your main concern for Fajr and Tahajjud prayer Why can't you and I talk, or the persons that are getting married, not engage in premarital sex and call each other on the phone? Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Why can't they do that? Why why do they have to have sex? Why do they have to sleep with each other and be boyfriend and girlfriend if they want to pray Fajr and Tahajjud? That is the most silliest thing, and really it's weak. The weakest thing that I've heard in a long time. Okay, a long time. Okay, so that's what I would tell the person. I would say, okay, so you're disobeying Allah and you're using the justification of you praying Tahajjud and Fajr to say, but at least we pray Fajr, we do a major sin every single day, multiple times a day and night, but at least we're praying Fajr, at least we're praying Tahajjud. I mean, come on, man. Seriously? Stop the cat. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, I've been busy, bro. I got this whole www.strongholdofsultans.com going, the book. I've been busy, man. I've been busy. I'm trying to transform lives of men so we can tackle this 48% divorce rate. Single moms and single dads and broken Muslim men. That's my thing. Wa ilayki. You know, that's what I would say to the young people that say that. Yeah, Imran, I'm not too plugged into politics. I don't believe it's conducive to the lifestyles of Muslims unless it's on a local level, right? And even then, it's like the so-called Muslim politicians that do, um, lead their communities. I don't think they can be trusted too much, and they don't have too much uh, knowledge of Islam, tact, everything. Does mucus nullify fasting, brother? I don't know. I'm sick right now, and there is mucus. I just spit it out. I mean, I don't swallow mucus, but I believe it has to go past your esophagus. But don't take my word for it. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Yeah, I just, there's a lot of people that are out there, Muslims, that justify things. It's like, look, I can say the same thing. Hey, I'm drinking khamr every day, right? And I'm getting drunk every day. But the mosque is right next door to the bar. So I drink and, I get my little, I sober up a little bit, and then boom, I'm right there at the mosque. And so I pray even more now that I go to the bar and drink khamr. It doesn't make sense, right? Because first of all, the salah is null and void for 40 days if you ingest alcohol. I mean, come on, man. So, yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have to answer for that, man. I have a girlfriend, and she's through sleeping with her and next to her. I'm now praying Fajr and Tahajjud so much more now. Like, dude, are you serious? You don't see a problem with that? Yeah, Walaikum salam. I didn't even know you were leaving, but okay. Walaikum salam. Like, here's the thing, man. Walaikum salam, Adam Kazmi. What's I'm not in your state yet, Adam. You know what it is. I'll be sleeping there tonight for sure. And good old Holbrook, Arizona. The 1-9 truck stop in Holbrook, Arizona. For those that are wanting to assassinate me, and you know, I'll be in the white truck at the 1-9 truck stop in Holbrook, Arizona tonight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Any of those that have aspirations of assassination, go for it. I wish you all the luck in the world. I'll be there. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Well, Imran, I don't know where you're from, but there's a lot of stereotypes about American people. Some of them are true, some of them are untrue. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are from rural backgrounds that are coming around, right? Hey, Majid, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. شعلومك يا ماجد. كل شيء بخير، لكن أنا شوي مريض، عندي برونكايتس وحار شوية. الحمد لله. I'll be all right. Love back to my Arabian people, all the tribes. النزاع، بني تميم، قحطان، جرحوم, all of them. Shehri, Shemeri, all of the tribes all over the world. Muslim. Salam alaikum. Yeah, so yeah, you know, they're coming around, right? There's a lot of people in the South. Like, look, I'll tell you this. I live in the South. I mean, you know, I live in the South. I live right above Texas in a state called Oklahoma. I can sit down. And I thought that it was going to be obscenely racist and Islamophobic when I moved here. I was actually like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the right thing moving my whole family over here? And actually, you know what? It's the best thing that I've done. One of the best things I did in my life. Getting my family out of a liberal northern state and down to the south is way better. Look, there's going to be people that hate Islam no matter where you are. There's going to be people that don't understand you wherever you live, right? Even in Muslim countries, some of them, they don't understand you, right? Yeah, Razvi, what do you got, man? Okay, Nawaz, I'll see you next time. But you know, I mean, in my opinion, it's the liberals that pretend to like Islam and ally with Islam, but they really don't. They don't want any religion. They don't want Christianity. They don't want goodness. They don't want what do you call it? They don't want any religion. All they want is do whatever you want to do, sleep with whatever gender, whatever what, become whatever you want to become, identify with whatever you want to. You do you, right? No, right. I'm not going to speak about the LGBTQ. I agree with the Quran and everything that it says, especially the story of Pamlut. Yeah, they just don't want to be moral. And down in the South where I live in Oklahoma, they do want to be moral, right? I mean, the governors and the senators and the mayors, they openly speak out against it. Like, we don't want this here down in Oklahoma, the LGBTQ. No, that's not going to happen down here in the South. No. And no, you're not going to bring in those books to our school systems and no, and no, and no. So, yeah. Somebody put all Israeli flags and then put a thumb down. And alhamdulillah, my YouTube hid the comment. Thank you, my YouTube. We don't want any satanic flags in the live stream. Thank you. Alaikum salam, Seth. So, I know a guy who was helping a girl, always, always, isn't it always a guy helping a girl who's becoming a Muslim? Ya Allah. Online from another country to learn about Islam. It's been a few months since they've been talking. Wow, months. Wow. And she might take the Shahada soon. Is he committing a sin? Uh, Sin? I'm going to say I'm not so sure about that. Is there a better way of making dawah? Yeah, of course. As soon as somebody, a woman, asked me in the same scenario, hey, I love your videos. I love the way you, whatever. And could you teach me about Islam? I say, absolutely. Let me put you in contact with a sister in your area or, from your culture or whatever. And I would be happy to put you in contact with her because that's just what's safe. Otherwise, you get into murky waters. You get into abuse of the so-called sister, right? And I have spoken with a woman that had a boyfriend from an Arab country, won't say which country, and she told me, "Why can't you teach me Islam? My boyfriend teaches me Islam." And I said, "Yeah, we don't have boyfriend and girlfriend in Islam." And he said, "Well, this guy is from a prominent Muslim country, and he told me that I can be his girlfriend as long as I'm teaching him, as long as he is teaching me Islam." Imagine, that's where you get in trouble. The guy's a liar. The guy is taking advantage. And I found out later, well, she actually admitted that she was sleeping with him, right? So, yeah. And so these are the so-called Muslim brothers that abuse uh, women that are generally interested in Islam and learning Islam, but then they get pumped and dumped, right? We call the pump and dump, and they're gone. The Muslims are gone, and that's how those type of women end up hating Islam and Muslims. Exactly, the burning bush. Exactly, the shaitan makes sin appealing. Just like Noah's Khan said that he knew a guy that said, I have a girlfriend, but she's bringing me closer to Islam and reminding me to pray tahajjud and fajr. She's waking me up because she's laying right next to me in the bed. She's waking me up for tahajjud and fajr. Imagine, imagine, imagine. I mean, bro, come on now. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. You know, if I could make a wish, one of the many things that I would do. You know, we as Muslims have so many problems, right? We have so many friends that are going astray or they're ignorant about Islam and practicing their culture over their deen. You know what I would love is if everybody would really concentrate on themselves. I mean, really, get into a qualified teacher, get into a qualified uh, halaqa that they can attend to actually learn the basics of Islam, Aqidah, fiqh, right? Dabble in the usuls here and there, and fix their own lives. Women should party out and then convert to Islam, play the religious system like we play Uncle Sam. Uh, no, they shouldn't. Because women that party out and get with men, they get large body counts, suffer, especially their futures with women and men. Partying out, as this person says, uh, you're leaking value every time you do that to yourself. Right? So no, it's not too wise of a thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Alhamdulillah, I'm okay. I'm just getting through this sickness. I'm at 65% operational level. Yeah, it is. Serna, it is. And that's why you have so many people. Look, that is the what she said right there. That dating is so normalized these days. Haram relationships. It's haram. Absolutely haram. The main reason that you have this I hate women red pill movement that me as a masculine man and as the founder of the Stronghold of Sultans, www.strongholdofsultans.com, 90-day program on the War Council, that's what I'm trying to uh, combat is the red pillness. And then you have these women that say all men are trash. But why? Hey, Ibrahim. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Ibrahim from California, I believe. Afghan brother. Not sure. Um, that is the whole reason that you have Muslim women hating Muslim men and Muslim men hating Muslim women because they entered into that haram relationship, right? They entered into that haram relationship. Bro, okay, sitting there, bro, you have a picture of a woman, an anime woman, as your profile picture. And if that is not a woman, I would change your profile picture. Okay. Okay. So let's continue. If that is the whole reason why Muslim men and women are are really at odds with each other. They don't trust each other. You know why? Because they're going into haram relationships. They're having sex. Some are even getting pregnant and dumping their girlfriends or their boyfriends or whatever, having babies, doing this single mom thing, right? And then subhanallah, how if you're not doing it the right look, we're everybody in this room is Muslim, right? Everybody in this room is Muslim, right? Okay. Did you reveal Islam to the world or did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Answer is easy. It's Allah, right? Who was it revealed to? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Who was Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? The best example of what a man is till the day of judgment, till today. right? But if we have, as Muslims, ones who, what does the word Muslim mean? Submit their will to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in doing that, submit to the teachings of the Quran and the instructions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then why don't we follow it? Okay. Why do we follow? Why do we not follow it then? Why do we wonder what's going on? Why do I hate men? Why do I don't trust men anymore? Why do I think women are all loose instead? Well, because you had haram relationships with each other. That's why. Okay, you had haram relationships with each other, and that led to you not trusting each other, right? But if you would have done it the way that you are instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran and by the instructions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have that tightness in your heart, hating women or hating men or not trusting them, right? Because you didn't follow and you didn't do it and go about it the way that you were supposed to do it. I say this all the time. All the time. You know what has happened? You know what has happened? People, Muslims, both men and women, you know what they do with each other first? You know where the main problem is? They fall in love with each other before they even realize that they are compatible for each other. Did you hear what I said? The main problem with young Muslim men and women is they fall in love with each other, or they fall in love with falling in love. They fall in love with the feeling of love, right? And they like that feeling of love even before they are able to care and provide and protect and preside over a woman in a marriage setting, much less being a father to her children. They fall in love. They got that feeling. It feels really, really good, right? Wow, I have a woman that loves me. Wow, this is amazing. This feels amazing. Nobody can deny it. It feels great to be in love. It feels great to give love and receive love. But guess what? You missed the most important parts. You didn't even know how to be a man yet. You don't know what it is to be a woman. Okay? You don't know what it is to be a father or a husband. You don't know what it is to be a mother. And yet, a lot of men out there, and I'm not just getting on men, think that because I feel like, man, bro, if I don't have sex in the next 3 months and get married, bro, I'm going to die. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, fast. I don't want to do that. I just want to have sex. Okay, guess what? You're doing it the wrong way. I don't feel like I should have to fast. Okay, so you're basically ignoring Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his instructions how to fight these urges. You just want to have sex. You want to be in a relationship. You want to be with a woman. You want to satisfy your lower desires, and you don't even want to follow the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And so there's a lot of young men, and look, can I just be plain with everybody in the room? You, the young men, being horny does not qualify you to be a husband or a father. Can I tell you that? Being horny, wanting to have sex, doesn't qualify you to be a husband or a father. Okay? It really, really doesn't. There's many people out there that think that are still struggling on what it is to be a man. What is masculinity? A lot of people think that masculinity is culture based. And why can't I do what I'm doing at www.strongholdthesultans.com, where I talk about masculinity as per the Quran and the Sunnah? By the way, does anybody know a more masculine man than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? I don't. Do you? I don't. If you tell me someone other than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm going to say you're a liar. Does anybody in this room know a better husband and father than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? No. Is there any better instruction than the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No. Alaikum salam. Right? There is none. Then why are we creating through movies and cultures so-called masculinity? Our women are miserable. They are getting sexually and physically abused by their husbands that don't understand masculinity. The answer is you don't understand masculinity. Just like a lot of women don't understand what is femininity. They think it's like slavery, right? I had a client one time. He's a very young man, and he wanted to get married really bad. Please, Muslims, walaikum salam, listen to what I'm saying. I said, what is it that you're looking for in a woman? Guys, listen to the reply. I'm looking for a woman that can cook and obey me. This conversation didn't take place in person. It took place on a phone. And when he said, I'm looking for a woman that can cook and obey me, my head just went down. And I just said, oh, here we go. And he said to me, I asked him a question. I said, okay, why should she obey you? You know what his reply was? Because I'm a man. Because I'm a man. Because Allah says in the Quran that the woman should obey the man. The first statement is questionable if he really understood what it is to be a man, what it is to be in a position of authority and leadership. That's questionable. The second one, the latter, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told women to obey their husbands. It's absolutely true. But, my young brother, please listen to your 51-year-old uncle that's been through it, that's been through this life, boy. Let me tell you something. If you want a feminine, obedient wife, the first step to that is for you to be submissive to Allah and to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For you to declare war on your ego, your arrogance, your insecurities about your so-called leadership of who you think you are as a man, and to actually submit to the teachings of the Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to follow the instructions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which was the best example of what a man is and was and ever can be. Because when a man has control over himself first, when a man realizes that anger and raising his voice is not masculinity, it's not his go to emotion. And when a man puts Allah first in his life, when the woman sees this, okay, yeah, you're looking better. When a woman sees this, when a woman sees a man that understands masculinity and his responsibilities, when a woman sees that a man can control his lower desires, control his temper, right? Is obedient of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can teach his wife, right? And guide her through what she needs to be guided and support her where she needs support and vice versa. Let me tell you what happens, young men. That wife of yours will, by default and by relief and by comfort, slip into her feminine role because she knows that she can trust the authority of her husband. She can trust that he won't take advantage of me. He won't beat me. He won't raise his voice at me. He won't humiliate me. He won't punish me. He won't do anything. He is a real man. So now I can relax and be a feminine woman. And the man is actually in turn showing his wife how to be obedient, how to be obedient. And with the feminist crowd, what they say is there's no problem in obeying Allah. There's no problem in obeying Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's no problem in obeying your boss at work. There's no problem with obeying your father, your uncle, your grandfather. But when it comes to your husband, hmm, who does this guy think he is? Who does this guy think he is? Right? I don't see why that's important. Why I am fasting or not fasting. I don't know why people like ask that question every single Ramadan. Are you fasting? I never ask anybody outside the month of Ramadan, are you praying today? Like, I don't understand. Anyway, um, so that's the thing, right? That's the thing. People are falling in love um, before they even realize what it is to be a husband or a wife. They're falling in love before uh, they know that they're compatible with each other, right? And a lot of times, especially when you're young, you don't know if you're compatible with each other. You need other people that has been through relationships before in their lives and that love you and care about you to determine that for you or give you advice of what to do and how to handle it. Oh, Sasha, you can fast. There's two things you can do: fast or not fast. So yeah, yeah. Well, but women are respecting the one who acts more masculine than submissive. That's true, but the question is here in the conversation: do they really understand masculinity, or are they kind of red pilled, right? So, feminism and red pilled people are my enemies. That's who I combat. Both of those ideologies. That's what I'm at war with. And I talk about masculinity as per the Quran and Sunnah. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, listen, men and women. Look, women. You know what I would love to normalize amongst Muslim people. You know what I would just love that was so normal back in the day is for women having the courage to invite men that they are interested in marrying over for dinner to meet their family. Why does everything have to be so formal, right? If a young lady that is interested in a boy is interested in marriage, inviting a boy over is not okay. You can propose to me now. No, like what is the big deal? What's the big deal of when you're interested in somebody? You know, you talk for a few days, a week, 2 weeks, and you notice that you have compatibility. Why is it such a huge deal not to get the parents involved immediately? Well, there's two problems in that. Well, problems. Yeah, problems. The first problem is the boys that are looking for a little extra, right, before marriage, they don't want anybody of responsibility or wisdom or knowledge to get involved because they'll find out that these snakes, these wolves in the grass, are actually not good for their daughters. They're just trying to get a little bit, of something on the side, right? That's all they want to do. So that's why they don't want to get the wali involved. The second problem that Muslims have is that, and this fathers, listen up, dads out there, listen up. The second problem that we as Muslims have is fathers. I know you love your daughters. Look, I have 7 children. I have 4 boys and 3 girls. I understand that you love your daughter. I understand the young men out there that are, don't have daughters. I know how you feel. But listen to me. There is someone out there that is good enough for your daughter, probably many. And the problem that we do as Muslim men, as fathers, is we chase away every single man that proposes or inquires about our daughters. This is what happens. That nobody's good enough for my daughter. Who told you? Is that arrogance speaking? Is that your own insecurity? Is that your own fear that your little girl is going to be someone's wife one day? Is that you? What is so why why can't we have more meetings, more dinners where we invite these young men over to our houses and the fathers treat them with the utmost of respect instead of mad dogging them? So, young man walks to the door. So, you think you're man enough to be a husband to my daughter? What's your education? What do you do for a living? How much money do you have? I mean, is that seriously the way? I- is this the methodology of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to chase off men with rude manners? And because we have fathers like this, we have young men that are in fear of meeting fathers, brothers, uncles, and grandparents. Because they know that when they meet dad, that dad is going to mistreat them. They have to mistreat. They're going to mistreat them, right? So what dads have to do is lighten up, or else you know what's going to happen. You keep on pushing people away from your daughter. You know what your daughter's going to do? She's going to go behind your back, and she's going to find her own husband. And that husband, probably, I'd say 7 times out of 10, is not going to be the right person, because You don't have the maturity enough as a father to sit down with a young man and have a polite, honest, respectable, tactful conversation with a young man. You don't have the respect. You don't have the knowledge on how to do it. All you can think is, who is this young wolf that showed up at my door asking about my daughter? You know what he is? You know, do you want to know who a young man is that has, you know, that knocks on your door? You know what he is? He's a respectable man. He is making himself apparent in front of you, in front of your whole family. Here I am. This is my name. This is my face. I am at your door. I am interested in your daughter. I am here out of respect for you, your wife, and your daughter. Here I am. No secrets. I'm here to talk. I'm here to meet you. I'm here to introduce myself to you, and so that you could know who I am. That's who that young man is. That's who he is. So how about, what would you prefer? Someone going behind your daughter's back, behind your back, your daughter going behind your back, or a young man showing up at your door like a respectable young man and asking about your daughter? Which one would you prefer? I know what I would prefer. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. That's what I want to see normalized. Honestly, I wish that was normalized. So, guys, when a woman invites you to meet her family, don't think that you have to propose to her on that night, for God's sake. This is just a meeting, a dinner. It's food, it's coffee, it's whatever you want it to be, right? But just don't go behind people's backs. Well, it goes both ways, my brothers and my sisters. It goes both ways. There's people that there's women, and I even put it in my book that's going to be publishing, inshallah, by the end of the year. Um, the numbers are coming in, guys. There's women that are Muslim, and they are addicted to porn, and they are in extramarital affairs. They are doing sex before marriage, um, lesbianism, addicted to porn, whole nine. So the problem goes both ways, and that's how that's going to come out. Inshallah, I'm self-publishing. If I can't find it, somebody to give me a sizable um, offer on it. Yeah, that'll be coming out, and this is a book that's going to answer all of the questions that you can't ask your imam, you can't ask your father or your brother. And it's all going to be there. And I'm talking about porn addiction. I'm talking about masturbation. I'm talking about premarital affairs. Um, Everything, whole nine. It's going to be there. Don't even have a name for it yet. Don't have a name. Yeah, I will. I will definitely put that out. Um, uh, I do have a program coming out called the War Council. I do have my website, www.strongholdofsultans.com. Just got that live last week, and that is a website for everybody. I do a blog there. I got videos there talking about masculinity, with an option for men only to join the War Council. And the War Council is actually a war against yourself, right? So the War Council is a 90-day program for men only, and we talk about masculinity as per the Quran and Sunnah, and reaching men in the four quadrants of their lives. And those four quadrants of focus are physical, spiritual, intellectual, and financial. Because there is no reason why the Muslim man should not be the ultimate man. There's no reason why the Muslim man shouldn't be the most intellectual, the most muscular, and in shape, fit, well dressed, well mannered, intellectual, emotionally sound man on the planet. On the planet. Yeah, I'd appreciate if you do that and share the site as well. It's time that we took the fight to the red pill people and took the fight to the feminists at the same time. After all, Islam and is a balanced religion. It is not red pill. It is not feminine. It is not hardcore. It is not liberal. It's right in the middle. Yeah, the Discord, I took it up a notch, and that's my second point that I'm getting to right now. Is I do have an account on Mighty Networks that will be a paid account for men only. That's what I was getting to. I think I actually have to pull over here and take a 30-minute break by federal law. Yes, this is the spot. Give me a second, guys. That will be a paid program starting shortly after Eid, inshallah. Members will, men only. It's Mighty Networks is like 1,000 times better than Discord. I am paying my own money on my website, on my Mighty Networks, on everything. It's coming out of my own pocket. Okay. And yeah, I have a branding manager. I have a website. God, what's it called? Designer. There it is. So alhamdulillah, have a whole team, inshallah. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to take a break on my phone. Log my truck into federal brake mode. So yeah, it's gonna be starting shortly after Eid, and it's for men only, and it's a place for men to be transparent because there's a lot of men that have problems, trauma in their lives that they need to speak about with their family, with their fathers, with their mothers, with coworkers, and there's a lot of things that men can't talk about around other men, and so I don't call it a safe place. I call it the war council, but this is the reason why men are three to four times likely to end their lives more than women is because um, we as men, the narrative is we're told to man up and shut up and just to accept things the way they are. We're told not to cry. We're told to not be sad and just get on with it and man up. And sometimes we do need to man up, but a lot of other times men need a place to talk to other men. Iron sharpens iron. Nothing else than iron can sharpen iron, right? So that's why one of the reasons that I created this group on Mighty Networks called the War Council is to help like-minded men uh, in the four quadrants that I just mentioned. So that'll open up on Eid, inshallah. So I'm really excited about that. Best be going to the desert, the Black Forest. Okay, dude, I don't understand what you're saying. So, anyways, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna take a break real quick, step in and get some water. Uh, I'll. I'm traveling today 780 miles, so I'll be sleeping in Arizona. But I'll be back, man. I'll be back. Give me about 45 minutes, and we'll talk more about this. We'll talk more about any questions that you have about the organization, my website, www.strongholdofsultans.com. Take a look. Share the site on your social media. Let's get it out there so we can change the narrative, the red pill narrative, the feminine narrative. you know, and stop all this men hating women and women hating men, and let's get on the right page. Let's talk about masculinity as per the Quran and Sunnah, so we can all get on the right page and we can stop all this single mom stuff and leaving women and abusing women, and you know, let's stop this. This has to stop in our generation, and let's get on the same page, inshallah. Hey Buck, I'll be back in about 45 minutes, inshallah. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm going to save this live. I'm going to save this live for those that want to hear it again. Until 45 minutes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.